faint rattle of a sneaky snake, yeah.
Well, we're finally back after I don't even know how long. I think it was back in October or November last time I messed with this thing. So if you were following part 2 on the video, I was in the middle of doing an intake clean. So far I've gotten the throttle body and the upper intake lid and just the outside of the runners for the lower intake cleaned off, but my initial goal was to get all the way down to the IMRC plates because those tend to get gummed up, especially since this thing hasn't been gone through since it was brand new, almost 25 years ago. So today we're going to finish that half and get down to the lower intake and get the IMRCs off and clean those out. And then I have an oil catch can that I plan on installing after I get everything put back together. The only issue I'm finding with that is where I'm going to put it. But yeah, that'll be for probably another video. Today I just want to focus on finally getting down to that intake and cleaning the rest of that stuff out, because I have a warm day for once where I can come out here and do that, and I want to take advantage of that. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so we've got the negative battery terminal disconnected because we'll be messing with some electrical connections here. I am gonna be leaving the throttle body on for this video. If you want to see taking it off, it's on the previous video. It's just 4 8mm bolts on each corner and the throttle position sensor, and there are 2 cables to take off of the linkage right here. And then the intake tract just connects here, and that's all there is to it, and it'll just pry right off. This time I'm just going to leave the throttle body on, and I'm going to take the intake tract off because I already got in here and cleaned all this stuff off. So I'm just taking it back off so we can get down lower. Okay, so with the intake tract off, next thing I'm going to do is take off this bracket right here for the throttle cable and cruise control. Right here. Again, it's more 8mm stuff. These are, it's like 2 bolts, 2 8mm bolts here. All right, so with these cables loose, there's a small barrel here, forgot to mention, on this part of the cable. You just swing it up and it'll go right through a notch right here, and then it slides right out. And we'll get this up out of the way. Alright, so we've got a port right here. It looks like it goes to the fuel pressure regulator. So we'll get that off of here. This one's taking some work. As Derek on Vice Grip Garage would say, help me understand. Moses. Man, I don't remember that giving me so much trouble last time I had this off. This intake lid, I believe, is going to be more 8mm. Yep. I've been watching way too much Vice Grip Garage. All the little Derek isms. I can't help but think about them while I'm doing my own car stuff. I'll be sitting here doing something tedious and Derek would say something like, "Wonder what Willie Nelson's doing today." You know how glad I am I bought one of these? This is always everyone's favorite part, where you get to find out that something stupid is hanging you up and that's why you can't get the thing off, but yeah, this looks okay to me. I think we got everything. So we're just gonna ease her out. Nope, I take that back. Something's hanging me up here, I think. It's like something over there, but I can't tell. Just a stupid EGR, okay. Oh, yeah, we do have one more vacuum line here. Yeah, always ease it off when you're trying to pull it off, because you never know what might still be attached. You'll rip it. Okay. Well, that doesn't look horrible for when I cleaned it this fall. I ran it one time since then. Now, this is the part where I'm going to need to run and grab my factory manual and see what all needs to come off here, because this looks awfully close to the fuel rail. It may even have to come off. It looks like it will. I'm back after reading up and relieving the stupid fuel pressure. Your next step is going to be you got to take the drive belt off, because the alternator eventually has to come off. But first thing we have to do, besides the belt, is we need to get the wire separators off. So that's going to come off first. And that looks like a 10 millimeter. Let's see. Yep, that's going to be a 10. You got your 1/2-inch breaker bar in here, and loosen the belt up on the tensioner, and we'll just slip it over the alternator and let her go. Looks like right here there's one on each side. I think that's what they're telling you to take off, because I have to get a light down there to see what I'm doing. Yeah, these little bosses go into the lower intake, it looks like. At least from where I'm sitting. I might find out different. So yeah, I'll go ahead and pull those. Yes, because this bracket, this tab right here, is welded on to this metal coolant crossover tube. So yeah, we'll need to get the nuts off of these studs here, and then we can continue on. got that off. Looks like our next step is pulling the coolant crossover tube. Yeah, this could be interesting. You know, I feel like I ought to order another alternator since I got this one out. I have been having issues where I'm getting little indications that tell me this thing might be on its way out. You know, when I start the car, the charge light will be on for a little while, you know, the little battery light. It'll stay on for a few minutes before it goes away. From what I've read on the forums, that usually means this thing's going. And I'll probably replace it with a higher amp version, 200 amp, 230. I forget what they come in. And then, of course, I'll do the big 3-wire upgrade that goes with that. Oh, okay, I learned something new. You don't even have to take those lower bolts off all the way. They just, you set it down and clamp it down, so it's not straight through. You know what I'm trying to say. Okay. I'll use the phone here because I've got the camera on the tripod. Yeah, so we've got the alternator out here. That gives us a lot more room to work with here. So looks like our next step is going to be getting this coolant crossover tube out. So you have 2 mounting points here, and you know, I don't know if these are water temp sensors or what. I didn't look into that yet, but that's our next step. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do something really stupid here. I'm sure I'm gonna regret this. I'm gonna try to work at least one of these sides off and see what kind of a mess it makes. I've read about a lot of people on forums taking the hood off to get that stupid coolant tube off. So I think that's where I'm at. Oh, shit. All right, watch a stupid guy handle the hood all by himself. Holy crap. So this is like 2 hours later. Yeah, it made the mess that I expected it to make. But, you know, whatever. I don't have pets coming in through here, so I'm not worried about them licking this stuff up and dying from it. But, oh my God, I finally got one side popped out. So we got one more to go, and then I can finally get this stupid crossover tube out. But I took a long pry bar, which I didn't want to do, but I got so pissed off. Like you can see, I took the hood off too. I even tried some old forum advice from the early 2000s where people were talking about taking their hood off, standing on top of the intake and trying to yank it off by hand. One dude said he even busted his windshield when it came loose because he went flying backwards. But anyway, I wrapped it in a shop towel so I didn't have metal on metal. And God, that takes some prying, but I finally got this side popped. So one more to go.